First down throw. Here's Love. Throwing the out route complete. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out. They get 28 out of that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the Combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. What's the differentiator? Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. This throw is caught. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Second and 6 coming up here. Loves to throw again. He's got it! Touchdown, Green Bay! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll take the lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Steelers getting to take the field one more time here in the half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Rodgers throwing again here on 2nd down. Freiermuth there to bring it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Rodgers. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Packers pick it up! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That second and third level defenders did their job, and what did it do? Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time.
Still first down.
They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Love out of the shotgun. Short pass brought in. He's got a gain of 6 there. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. But I do see a flag out there. Let's see what the call is.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, as we all know, halves can't end on a defensive penalty. So now we get an untimed down.
Automatic first down.
Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on 1st down. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. And the kick by Folk is good. And that'll push their lead to 4. So we've reached the end of 2, and it's the visiting Packers out in front. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. On now is McManus to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the 3rd quarter. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Patterson. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
On 2nd down, Warren. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Rodgers here from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Rodgers will look to throw. Looking for a target. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers take the lead right away in half number 2. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Boswell to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Steelers push their lead to 3. Now Boswell on to send this away. Nixon now to return it. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really set up to be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. They've got first down from the 31. Love dumps it off to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Love on 3rd and short. Escapes out to the left. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Takes the handoff, now Love. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty.
That penalty is declined.
Boswell to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. McCole Hardman now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Green Bay offense about to get started once more. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick six. Need short memories here as they head back out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Love back to it after the pick. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
On 2nd down, Jacobs is able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Packers send out their punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Steelers there, and they block it! They pick up the block inside, and they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers make it a 16-point ball game. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers take a 3-possession lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. Nixon now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Packers ready to run their offense back out there. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Love. Looking right, and he finds him. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Running on first here with Jacobs. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
From the 43. Finds him over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Receiver in motion, going left. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Love from the gun. Flush down now to his left. He's on the move.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 41. It is cut left side. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. They stick with Jacobs. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Finds his man, it's Kraft. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And this is going to be a Green Bay touchdown. The Packers get it back to within 2 possessions. Well, Brock, it wasn't hard to see why they botched on that play fake. Even our camera operator was fooled into thinking it was a run, but certainly made it easier to connect on that touchdown pass.
And that's all about the attention to details, Kate. Really is. The offensive line getting their pads down. The running back and quarterback at that mesh point, making it look exactly like a run. You do the details on the front end, and the play-action game rewards follow on the back end.
Extra point try is good by McManus. And the Packers cut the lead down to 10. They recognize the situation they're in now. After that score, they're going to try to get it right back. And this is recovered by the Steeler hands team. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And this one doesn't go far. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Warren. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. Targeting the sideline, and Freiermuth has it. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And he'll only get 3 here as we've reached the 2-minute warning. Second down now, 7 to go. Warren once more. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Play fake. It's Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 4th and short.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Going for it with Warren. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Certainly looking for that nail in the coffin, the knockout punch, a touchdown, and 3-possession lead that could put this one out of reach. Hey, it's a luxury they could afford to take in that spot. Built themselves up a little buffer here, Kate, but it's never over till it's over.
Out now runs the Packer offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
The Packers trying to hurry to the line. From the 25 on 2nd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its 2nd. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Throwing now. Trying to push it deep downfield. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it deep downfield. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field.
Defense.
Well, sometimes there's nothing you can do but throw your hands up and stare at the ground, partner. He knew he was beat deep, and there was nothing he could do about it.
Yeah, and this is one of those just killers, right? These spot fouls, it's fuel for an offense, often leads to points with a big explosive play like this, and it could be a morale killer for his defense.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Play fake, it's Love. Trying to push it deep downfield. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life, 3rd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Here he is to throw. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Love to throw again. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. It's 2nd and goal.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Love out of the shotgun. And all right, it's a touchdown in the final moments, so win still very unlikely, but a sliver of hope now after that play. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
This would put it back within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal would tie this game in the 4th. Ooh, their comeback hopes are dwindling by the second, but any path to victory starts with a successful onside try here. And this kick is covered by the Steelers, who are going to go on to win this ball game.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
The Steeler offense set to get back on the field. They're headed out now defending not a 2-score lead, just a field goal advantage here. So wondering, Brock, is that going to affect how they approach a chance at closing this one out?
No, I don't think there's any question about it. Yeah, I think if it's a 2-score game, it's run, 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 take every second off and punt that ball. Not now. Now you've got to get to the plays that you trust and believe in the most.
No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.